Crypto is extremely community driven and hence narratives. People love narratives. Now, narratives are a quick and easy way to just understand what's going on. It doesn't matter. I think they're really important, but you have to pay attention to they are kind of short-lived sometimes and other narratives are more meaningful.
Well, there is definitely a big momentum that goes with the market. So people get super excited quickly on a narrative, and for big VCs or big institutions, they have reason to push these narratives, and sometimes it follows with a dump and the narrative just would fade away.
Well, I think even despite all the years of people talking about it, actually, I would say this technology is still in its early stage. I think the Bitcoin white paper only came out in 2008, I think. So it's 17 years, but if you look at most technology curve, it's always a late adoption curve. So it takes quite a while for things to get mature. And we are actually starting to see more real world application of it, right? And every single narrative that's been coming up is actually getting us closer to the initial vision that Satoshi Nakamoto outlined in the actually white paper. I think it's just the flavor of the month and also how things are actually moving. So this is a very rapid space, like all new technology, and there's always a curve. Once you get across the curve, there's a lot of bigger adoption that's coming. So I would say in general, to keep up with the space itself, I always say that the best way to predict the future is to try to build it yourself, right? So being involved in this space and have hands-on experience is definitely the right way to actually stay close to the news.
The world is getting more sophisticated. I think users have turned from knowing a little bit about how crypto digital assets work to become very well learned, and they know also the pitfalls and how everything is running. They also know that the cycle that we used to be very comfortable with DeFi is getting shorter and shorter, and also that so-called token airdrops is not sustainable for the long term. So as a result, people are moving to look at something that's more sustainable in the long term. A protocol or any project out there has to show that it has sustainable revenue for us to be credible and to be able to gain the trust of so-called users moving forward.
That's an interesting question. I think that I'm not sure I agree with it. I think they're slowing down a little bit. I think that we're exhausted from the peak of the attention economy. We had an NFT cycle, now we've had a meme cycle, and people got tired of too fast and they realized that it's not sustainable. So I actually think that, not for the first time, but now more than ever, sustainable business models and long-term views are actually more appreciated in crypto than ever. And there's still going to be a camp for the casino side, speculative side, but people are going in with, depending on what they're investing in, with short-term expectations versus long-term expectations. Now it's more hard-earned to have long-term capital to invest in you. There's also more coins to compete with for mindshare. But I would actually say that depending on the narrative, things are becoming longer term.
Yeah, I mean, I think a lot of the narratives kind of come and go, and the narrative isn't a fundamentals one. We're big believers of revenue at Orange Cap Games. That's why we make collectibles products, both physical and digital. And I think revenue to me, people say the revenue narrative, the revenue meta. It's not a meta. It's a fundamental. So when you look at public markets and companies, revenue is one of the most important things because it's how you keep your lights on. It's how you continue to operate.
We are accustomed to seeing trends come and go, and then certainly in the last 20, 30 years, trending stuff has been very important, but I am a very big believer in fundamentals. And when fundamentals are sound, it outlives trends. It's kind of like if you're trying to look good just because of something that is happening now versus you pay attention to basic hygiene, you understand how people should operate and carry themselves, then that actually transcends that small trend blip. And I think that's kind of the same thing with any project.
Oh, right, because the cycle is super quick, right? And then every day there will be new narratives coming out and then talking about new things, especially it's tech. It's tech world, and the tech rolls very fast as well. It's, for example, in AI, right? There's GPT-3 and soon GPT-5. The iteration of the generation goes very fast. Same as in blockchain. Yeah. We see different tech stacks, different proposals from EIP, changes every day. And also, now traditional finance trying to join the blockchain world as well, right? Yeah. Many of the playbooks on traditional finance are now revolutionizing the blockchain world as well, like DATs. So many of those are changing this industry, and especially this year, it's quite a good year. We see lots of new playbooks for the whole industry. That's why maybe.